Good morning, everyone. We're going to do a chair practice with yoga today. So if you have a chair with a harder back, folding chair, dining room chair, we would not want to use a recliner for this practice. And we're also going to use today a yoga strap. If you do not have a yoga strap, you could feel free to use the belt on your bathrobe, husband, father, whoever's necktie, rolled up towel will do. So you want to go ahead and grab those two items. Again, I'm not going to use music today. I'm already competing with my birds. So if you would like to put on music, you absolutely may. My name is Tracy, and this is Yoga Birdie Fitness. If you have been instructed by a physician to refrain from doing yoga or any working out, please do not do this video today. And if you know of any other reason why you should not be working out, I would ask that you not do this workout today. So when you have your strap, we are going to just place it onto the back of the chair or down on the ground for easy grabbing. When we're ready to use it, let's start sitting up in our chair. When we sit in our Tadasana, I would like your feet to be flat on the ground. Back is nice and straight. Chin is slightly tucked. Shoulders rolled back and down. And we're not relying against the back of the chair, at least not yet. So sit more towards the edge of your seat. We're going to take 3 belly breaths. You may even place one hand on your belly to feel that expansion. Inhale, fill the air, fill the belly with air. Inhale, exhale, slowly let the air out. You can take more than 3 breaths if you like. When you've completed your breath work, we're going to allow our hands to rest gently on the thighs. And we're just going to tuck our chin down towards the chest. Think about moving the chest up towards the chin so you feel a stretch in the back of the neck. Place our head on straight and just gently incline our right ear to our right shoulder. And head on straight. Let's move left ear to left shoulder. Coming through center, we're going to come into a few cat-cow. So hands on the caps of the knees, we'll round our way back. Inhale, bring your chest forward. Think like you're bowing forward, like those women at the top of the ship, pirate days. I forget what the top of the ship is called. Is it the bow? Tim, is it the bow or the aft? The top of the ship, never mind. Inhale forward, exhale round. Let's try a couple more cat and cows, just warming through the spine. This should feel really good. Cactus arms, or if you're missing your sports, you could think of this as football goalpost arms. Let's stack up our spine and bring our elbows out to the side. This is our 90-degree angle. And we don't want to slump here. We want to make sure our chest is nice and open. Inhale, breathe into the chest. And now exhale, give yourself a hug and a round, one hand to the cap of each shoulder. Try again. Inhale, open. If you remember which arm was on top, we're going to do the opposite. Swap it out. Inhale, open big. This is one you could do whenever you get tired from sitting too long. Maybe you drive a lot. Maybe you're a delivery person right now. Maybe you're at your computer. Maybe you just feel a lot of tension in your neck, back. Speaking of tension in the chest, hold your goalpost arms 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. In and out. This next one, make your breath really long. Let your hands come down. Find either the bottom of your chair or the back of your chair. You're going to just widen your feet a bit, roll the head of the shoulder back, and bow open, similar to what we did in our cat and cow, but you're holding yourself anchored. Continue to lift the heart up. You can look up, but don't crane your neck. You should feel no discomfort in the spine. Our spine needs to move in all sorts of directions in order to keep healthy. We're going to add a twist next, stacking yourself up straight, upright salute with the arms. This is upright salute when I tell you throughout the rest of practice so you know what to expect. We're going to let one hand come onto our knee or thigh. The other hand could grab the bottom, the back of the chair, or even the rear of the seat. And we're just going to look over our shoulder. Walk that back hand to the opposite knee or thigh, and let's take a little twist here. We always want to think about having a tall spine, then twisting, and we never twist beyond what our body tells us we're able to. Walk back through the center. This one, I've heard other yoga teachers say it's a delicious stretch. We'll see if that's true. Take your feet wide, and we could reach down and keep our hands on our calves or ankles, or maybe you could surrender all the way down to the floor, letting the weight of the head go. Breathing into the belly. Coming up to tripod fingertips, let's see if we can walk our hands back up and walk our feet in about hip width apart. Again, we're on the edge of our chair. We're not going to do a full sun salutation today. We're going to do a half of a salutation from a seated position. Come to your mountain pose, straight back, arms active. Take those active arms up overhead, upright salute, lift the heart, and sweep down, compress the air, folding forward, stomach to thighs, fingertips to floor, ankles, wherever you feel comfortable. Let's put our hands on the knees or shins, extend the back, hinge forward, forward fold again, circle sweeping up to the sky, salute the sun, and hands back to heart center. We call this gesture a mudra in yoga, Anjali Mudra, gesture of gratefulness. Inhale, lifting up again, and belly hollows. That's always important when we do a forward fold, that the belly hollows up and in, core strength. Halfway rise, I would call this active back extension in my standing classes. Forward fold, hollow the belly, hinge upward, touch hands overhead, and prayer gesture or Anjali Mudra at heart. Inhale, lifting up, sweeping down. This is our flowing portion of practice. Halfway rise and fold. Circle sweep up. What are you thankful for today? Everyone would have us believe that we don't have a lot to be grateful for at this time, but there's always blessings. There's always things to look forward to. There's always something good every day. Maybe it's the ability to sit in the chair and do this practice with me. Let's bring our hands to heart and come to our second flowing series. Okie dokie, this is where I would say to my in-person classes, make sure you don't have a hole in your pants, or make sure I don't have a hole in my pants because we're going wide. Okay, so plie, seated stance on the chair. My knees are wide, and how wide should you go? As wide as your hips will allow you to go comfortably without any pain or impingement or restriction. My feet are still flat on the floor. I'm still creating that nice arch in my feet. Upright salute to cactus arms. Now we've done both of these postures, but we're going to add something. Next time we inhale, rise, we're going to hollow the belly. Don't slip off your chair. Sweep the ground, lifting back up and coming back to cactus elbow. Inhale. Make sure the back is safe. Maybe you only come down halfway. Maybe that's your modification. There's always ways to make the practice work for you. If something I show is a little bit too much or it doesn't feel good on the body, whole body warm up. We're about to move into our strength postures. Let's do this flow one more time. Unless you're really digging it, then you could stay a little longer. I really can't tell you what to do in your living room, can I? And Anjali Mudra. Let's bring our feet back about hip width. Now for our strength postures, I am showing you head on. I may turn a couple times throughout this to give you a side view. We're going to do a yoga squat or chair pose. I want you to push your feet firm into the ground. And imagine if you had a pillow between the knees, you'd be giving it a little bit of a squeeze without going knock-kneed. You're going to use your core strength to push your butt off the chair, and then you're going to sit back down on the chair. I'll give you a side view. You're going to lift up, hover, and sit back down. Hover, hold, sit back down, hover, hold, sit back down. One more time, feel the quads, that's the top of your thigh. And now next time I stand up, you're all gonna hold up with me. Ready, set, hold up. Hands could stay here, or they could open up into fierce pose. Feel the belly squeeze. Feel the strength in the thighs. For 4, 3, 2, and drop. Shake out. Find your yoga strap. Again, if you're not using a yoga strap today, a rolled up towel, a necktie, piece of string, whatever you got will do the trick. We're gonna do some shoulder opening. I'm sitting again on the very edge of my chair, and I want to place this strap about shoulder width apart in front of my knees. Roll the shoulders back. Let me show you from the side. There's a difference between this and this. I want you to make sure you're nice and upright. We're going to inhale, lift up as high as we can. Maybe we're feeling a little bit restricted and we can only go part of the way up, or maybe we're pretty open and we can go over the top of the head. I want you to decide, does it feel good to stay shoulder width apart with the hands? Or for your shoulder health, do you need to go a little wider? I want you to imagine you're ripping this strap, necktie, bathrobe belt in half with your hands. So your pinkies are pulling apart. And try to open up the chest. Every time you come up, open the chest, and I'm gonna add something. We're not trying to go too far with this next one. It's just a little sway and a little sway, and we come center and back down with the strap. So it's a lift and 2 small side bends. Keep your hip bones grounded towards the chair. We're not lifting up any cheeks. We're not getting cheeky up in here. Let's try this 2 more times. And you can leave me in the Facebook comments if you felt your shoulders at all. One more time. We're about to get fancy. Are you ready to be a warrior? Warrior 2 with 2 props, strap, and a chair. Bring the strap back up over the head or as far as you can. Cactus the strap behind your head and open out the arms. So I'm looking for a big long letter T with the arms. We're going to heel to walk out the right toe, and my right toe is going to point directly to the side of my chair, and then I'm going to heel to walk my left foot back. And you may have to shift where your thigh is on the seat, but we're in Warrior 2. So, back left leg straight, right knee bent 90. If I had to get a little lift off the chair, I could. I'm going to squeeze my butt, squeeze the glutes, squeeze my thigh muscles, and try to rip this strap in half. We call this dynamic tension. We're breathing for 3. One more breath with me, slow. Place the strap around your neck like it's a scarf, and then you can walk your feet in nice and straight. We're going to do the same series. I'll leave the strap here for the time being, but same exact strength series, left toe leads. So, my toe points out, my legs are perpendicular right here. That's about to change. I'm going to walk my right foot back, and you may have to shift a bit. Let me get my notes out of the way. You may have to shift so more of your thigh is on the chair. And we lengthen out the right leg. Reach your arms long. If you would like to use the strap, you may. Some people may have the strength to even get a little buoyed up off of the chair, or maybe you like to just stay put for today's practice. Getting a great stretch in this back hip flexor. You may find with the chair, you're able to get deeper into the pose than what you would without the chair. Try not to lock the back knee. Keep it soft. One more breath. And let's place the strap around the neck and walk our legs back center. Oh, beautiful. Time for balance. For this portion of practice, I'm going to stand to the side of my chair and I'm going to shift my chair position just a bit. You can allow the strap to come down to the feet, standing upward. And I'm just going to turn my chair here so you can have a side view. You could continue to face the chair, or you could go one-handed with me. Tree pose. Your leg furthest from the chair, extend it out, give a little test of balance. Option to come low with tree, medium onto your calf, or if you have the range to come foot up to inner thigh, you could go there. If you have 2 hands on the chair because you're facing it, stay there. You could bring one hand up with me or 2 hands up with me. I'm going to, for the sake of today's practice, stay here with one hand on the chair. Trying to keep my hips level. No sassy hips. For our second balanced posture, pose of the dancer. If you are facing towards your chair, that is fine. If you're coming with me, flamingo first, take one heel back and reach your free arm back to grab ankle. Now, some of you, if you have issues grabbing towards your ankle, you could use your yoga strap, loop it around your foot, and pull up from there. We give a soft bend of our supporting knee, and we just tip forward. If I was facing the chair, it would look like this. Focus on one unmoving spot in front of you. If you feel like you have the balance to reach out that supporting arm, please do. Holding for 3, 2, and have a hand on chair, upright yourself, shake out. Okay, you're ready to do the other side. If you would like, do-si-do the chair. If it's too heavy to move, you move yourself around. Tree pose. Make sure this foot that you are supporting on is grounded. We don't have our tippy toes or our arch collapsing. We want the foot on nice and straight. Take a little test of your balance. And option low, medium, or high up. Keep hand at heart, overhead, out to the side, on hip, you choose. Helps to focus on one unmoving spot, especially if you're going to reach up to arms. For our pose of the dancer, starts with flamingo. Hook your heel to the back of the room. And option, grab your ankle with hand or strap. Soften supporting knee. Tip forward. If I were facing behind the chair, it would look like this. You could even reach out with one arm if you like. Feel all those little muscles in the ankle and the foot start to engage. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. I'd like to offer one more posture. I'm going to be giving a side view of this one. You could do your downward dog off the back of the chair or off the seat of the chair. I'm going to show you what these look like. I may have my backside off of frame for a moment, but I want to create almost the letter L with my body. Keep the knees soft, arms extended. If I were using the seat of my chair, that would bring me down a little bit lower, and I would be getting maybe a little bit more of a stretch out of this. So let's just stretch the back of our legs. Soften the knees. Lengthen the tailbone, hollow the belly. A great way to practice down dog if you're having wrist issues. Take one more breath. Start to roll up. Bring your chair back into a nice, solid position. Our last block of work and our last few postures. I would like you to locate your yoga strap one more time. And we're going to do a leg extension. If you're a person that has trouble doing stairs specifically going downstairs because sometimes your knees feel pain or your quads feel pain. We want to strengthen this muscle here up top. I would like you to take your strap in hand, loop the strap under the right foot. We're not going to lean back at all. We're going to stay upright, but I just want you to pick your foot up off the floor. You just did balance, and see if you can extend your leg. We're not necessarily locking our knee, but we are engaging the top of our thigh, holding the shoulders back, taking a deep breath in and out. You might feel a lot in your hips. If you do, lower the heel down just a bit. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Coming into our seated pigeon. This is like a figure 4. I want you to bend your knees and use the strap to help you cross your ankles. Cross your ankle over your thigh, rather. You can remove the strap once you have this piece. And I want you to sit up as tall as you can. So no rounding turtle shell backs. Keep your back nice and flat and start to hinge forward from the hips. You will feel a stretch in your hip and glute, maybe even low back area as you hinge forward. The flatter the back, the more extended the chest, the deeper the stretch. It's easy to say, just let your foot come off of the thigh, but I want to make sure you guys are safe. So hinge upward, locate your strap. Oh, and my strap fell behind me. So this is a problem. If you have your strap fall behind you, gently lift your leg. Let's cradle it and lower down. I'll show you on the other side exactly how to get out of that with the strap. So quad extension, left foot. Once you have the strap in place, you can wrap it around your hands, lift the heel, and start to extend out. Press the shoulder blades together, belly up and in. Remember to lower your heel if you're feeling pain in your hip. Strengthening in your quad, the top of the thigh is okay. Pain in the hip, no good. Holding for 3, 2, and start to slowly bend at the knee, lift the heel onto thigh. Okay, I'm keeping my strap more in my lap this time. I like to flex my foot. I find it puts my hip in a better position, but you do whatever you have to do. Lift your chest, flat back, hinge from the crease of your hip. Now you may notice one side of your body is way more tight than the other. So if you're doing this practice on your own, time is not an issue. You can spend a longer time on the more difficult side. One more breath in. Walk your way back. Okay, what I promised you last time. If you have that strap, you can use it to help you bring the foot back down. A little bit of spinal balance or bird dog. Think about your right arm lifting up and your left knee extending out. Lower down, changing sides. Bend elbow lift, extend, keep your back straight. You'll find this works your core, your stomach muscles, your back muscles, all your stabilizers. You usually do this one on the floor from an all fours position, but if you have knee problems and you don't like to get down on the ground, this is a great way to practice opposite arm and leg or contralateral movement. Let's try 2 more. And 1 more time. Hold that right heel out. bring it down to the ground. You're on the edge of your seat, hands on hips, hinge forward, hamstring release. Hinging upward. Changing sides. Last posture to the right and left. Upright salute into twist. We did this towards the beginning of our class. Let's see if we've improved at all. One hand grabbing the back of the chair, one hand to outer knee or thigh. Walk your hands around, or you could expand and twist. And come through center. We're going to end our yoga today with a pranayama breathing practice. Pranayama is a Sanskrit word and it means life force, so it is a breathing technique. There are lots of breathing techniques in yoga, specifically for if you're feeling anxious, if you are having trouble sleeping at night, if you're having any kind of emotional swing throughout the day, which I'm sure we all are through the quarantine. This is called the 4-6-7 breathing technique. If it bothers you at any time, you can just breathe even in for 3 counts and breathe even out for 3 counts. I'm going to describe what we're going to do, then I'm going to count you. I won't be doing the practice with you today because it's impossible to coach and do at the same time. So you start with pretty much emptied out, full exhale. You will breathe in for 4 slow counts. Then you're going to hold for 6 of my counts. And you're going to have to ease your breath out slow for 7 counts. I'm only going to coach you through 2 of these cycles of breath. After that, you could definitely practice on your own. I would not do more than 4 on your own. You're playing with your oxygen levels a little bit, so more than 4 is not recommended. We do want to start with a tall spine, hands on thighs. You're going to breathe in for 4 counts, and then I'll direct you to stop. Let's have our backs nice and flat. Breathe all the air out of the belly. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out slow. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Begin to breathe normally. If you'd like to continue that breath cycle for 2 more rounds, you may. And I'll see you again on Friday. Till then, the light in me sees and respects the light in you. Namaste.